Like he's Chad first,
Yep.
then it's DVG, then it's Antonio Arias, then you have Salvador Hushman, and you don't really see Salvador Hushman like that. You don't really see Antonio like that, but you
Hmm.
do see Chad and DVG.
But I think what's also so fascinating about him is that he's been like this big YouTube star. He's been this guy that's gotten millions of views, and he could obviously just stay in the world of voiceovers, but instead
Mm-hmm.
he's gone out and he really wants to be a wrestler. He really like I think that's so fascinating because we have a guy James Taylor that's always on our shows, and he's a big TikTok influencer, a YouTube guy, and he was a
Yeah.
wrestler first. But DVG, like, he could have just stuck in his lane doing his Super Mario voiceovers, doing, Sonic, doing all the video game stuff, and he would have made like a nice income for him, I'm sure, and had a nice career. But no, he wants to go out and do wrestling. And I think that speaks to the testament of his character. And I think actually it speaks to the testament of the many characters that are in wrestling. You think about the Stompers, these guys go out and travel all the place. You think about the Proj, even guys in DBW, whether they are or not in anything, these guys are going out there. Everybody's putting their blood, sweat, and tears out there. And I think that really, like, if you strip it all down, forget about some of the things. At the end of the day, if you're happy doing something, go for it. But I think it speaks
Yeah.
volumes. You have guys like DVG that are going out there, they're playing four different roles. They don't have to do that. I just think that speaks volumes to his character.
And that's even with me. Like I told you, when I
I
go
know.
to certain companies, I don't just send them, hey, my name is Thomas Taft. I'm a member of the Stompers, or yeah, I don't do that. I'll come to them. I might come to you from this page and say, hey, this is the Thomas Taft. But then I might message you from another page and be like, hey, my name is so and so and so and so. Do you need a referee? Hey, are you looking for a camera crew? Hey, are you looking for a ring crew? Anything, because I'm starting to realize, like I said, that timeline for me to
Well,
be in
you
the
said you're 33 now, and you don't see yourself wrestling past 40. So I
I
mean,
got
obviously,
children. I got children. I got to think about their careers and their
I'm
future.
glad you said that too,
So
because when Craven was here, he talked about the fact that, like, our coach is like, look, I'm 41 with four kids. I'm looking to just have fun. I'm just looking to go out there and help people. And I think that that's a good point you made because you're a family man too. You got kids, you got a wife, and like, you're just trying to do the best you can.
I've had a conversation with my wife, and I told her if it came down to me getting that contract, everybody, and this is what I say about contract. Okay, I'm not saying a contract to be just a in-ring competitor at
Hmm.
all. I'm saying just for somebody to come to me and say, hey, here's your contract. You're part of whatever. You're part of this company, but this is what you're doing.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I don't, like I told you, the resume thing. I'm not worried about in 7 years when I'm 40. Oh, well, I just burned my body out. I didn't went to training here. I didn't wrestle
Right.
here, wrestle there, and I'm still no. I'm not going to do that. When I'm 40, if I don't get a contract to be WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, what or all these million different companies somewhere, I don't care which one it is. Everybody aims for the top one, which is WWE, right? That's what everybody aims for. But if somebody
AEW, I guess you could
But
say.
if somebody, let's say somebody all the way down the line, maybe Amazing Red, House of Glory,
Hey,
HOG.
listen, my friend Chris Urban was traded by the
Just
Amazing Red.
saying, what if they decide to reach out, not to me as a wrestler, but they say, hey, we heard you're in the DC area. You're not that far from
Hey,
New York. We need a
listen, my
referee
friend
for
Chris
this
Urban has
weekend.
got to be like 40, and he had his first match 2 years ago. He hasn't wrestled many since, but
I
you just
wouldn't
never
even
know.
care. Look, I wouldn't even care if they caught, like I told Richie and Rob, the Stompers. There's other ways around it. We could go to these shows and companies when they have shows that are close by. Hey, do you need any security or extra hands on deck? Yes, we are wrestlers, but we're not trying to be on your show as a wrestler. Do you need extras? Do you need any security? Do you need any ring crew? Because when they come to your hometown, they're not going to tell you WWE's not going to tell you, hey, we're coming to Washington, D.C. We need a couple more hands on deck. They're not going to tell you that. You got to already be plugged in. You get what I'm saying? When
I was
AEW,
listening to the story of Scott Hall was talking about how he got into wrestling, and he was in a Publix and he met Barry Windham, and they told him to show up at 12. He shows up at 11, and that was the rest was history. So you have to,
that's
like,
it.
they're not going to hand it to you. If they tell you to go somewhere, get there early, and the rest will take itself all out and sorted.
When
if you
When
want to follow
AEW
him.
first, remember when AEW first started and they was going to all the little tiny arenas everywhere?
Yep.
They came to DC and they went to the arena that the Mystics play at now. Okay,
Yep.
that arena doesn't even hold more than like 10,000 people, but it doesn't matter because they was doing that little pandemic tour thing where it wasn't that
Yep.
many people in the crowd.
Now,
But
it was limited arrangement. Yeah.
they still let people know, hey, we're coming here. And then they did Elevation, they did Dark, and they did AEW Dynamite, all in the same place, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still needed security. They still needed people to help with the parking lot. They still needed people to help with the setup in the arena and all types of stuff. So if you plugged in with not just wrestling, but just your own neighborhood, your own community and stuff like that, you can go look up stuff. Hey, let me go see if they need any I don't know, crossing guards for this event, or I don't know, parking lot people. I don't know. It's ways to get around it. You see what I'm saying? If I can find a company that just says, hey, Thomas Taft, we're actually interested in you being, I don't know, a tech guy. I'm okay with walking around with a headset on my head and a camera for 4 hours. Because guess what? That check I'm getting and that contract is going to say whatever company I'm working with. It doesn't have to
Right.
be me being in a wrestling ring. Because wrestling, I'm going to be honest. You start wrestling right now for WWE, unless your character sells, unless you're over as fuck, you're going to be gone in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody watches Maven's, podcast on YouTube, he basically had, I think, 4 years, and his career in the wrestling world pretty much ended right after that. I mean,
That's it. Like,
realistically,
that's it. Like,
if you played football, the average span of a professional athlete, if they make the 4 major sports, it's between 3 and 4 years, depending on the sport. So that means, you're 26 years old, 27 years old, and you have
yeah,
to figure out what to do next with your life. So if you think about it from a wrestling standpoint, you can only do so much. So if you want to stay involved, and if you're going to do it professionally, maybe you should become a referee. Maybe you should learn some of the inside outs in the ring, and maybe that'll help you in terms of where you want to go. And if you want to follow Mr. T3 Thomas Taft, you can hit that sub button for him on YouTube. I got some more comments. Let me get to them before I present to you something, before we get to a few other things here in the show. I owe D'Lo Smith an appearance on Sportswire. I have so many people that I owe an appearance to on Sportswire, but I will certainly put him out there for sure because I know that he's a good man. I want to say hello. He says hello to you.
yeah.
Also, D'Angelo the Flame was happy. Also here, this is a funny one. I don't know what it meant, but I'll just run with it. You can have all the success in the world in wrestling, but women don't want to stay with them. I don't know enough of people's personal lives, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, okay. I think in this one, everybody should say, yeah, okay.
That might have just been a funny pun. I don't know. That was
Yeah,
just
I
funny.
don't know. I mean, I don't know enough of people's details, and you'd have to ask everybody that's in all these shows. I've never been in a locker room. I'm not a wrestler, so I don't know enough of those things. I'm just gonna say, okay, if that's
Right. Okay.
whatever. I'll move on from that. Omen Black would like to say, welcome to my show, T3. He says, greetings from the boogeyman of the Midwest. He
Yes,
loves how
sir.
the venue looks in the video. The video was reminded me.
Yo, I'm telling
Yeah,
you, yo, like that venue was. That's when we walked in the door. I was like, "Hey, yo, this is different. It's
it
like
reminds me there's a
it's a cool
venue.
vibe."
There's a venue in the UK. It's in a very small town called Barrow, which is a cul-de-sac town in the UK. And they ran shows for a company called Knockout Wrestling, which I did some work with
Okay.
for a couple years during COVID and after COVID. And they would run it in a place called Cloud 9 in the Lounge. And Cloud 9 in the Lounge looked almost like that. The only difference was they had one more balcony and a lounge for like a bar, but it's almost
Yeah,
identically in terms of that venue where you were, looked like almost the same thing.
it's
I got to
crazy because that building actually did have an upstairs part. Like when we went to the back to like the bathroom and everything, is like an upstairs part. But so it's kind of like a downstairs thing where they got it closed off, and that's where the you see what I'm saying. Then it's a big old back locker room type area in the back and all of that. So it's definitely a vibe, and it's in Ohio.
What a
Like
small world.
we actually
The
we
guys in
just
Summer Bash, you're a dream in Ohio. Where in Ohio
yeah.
were you guys at?
Bridgeport, I believe. Cheap shot, pro wrestling cheap shots.
Well, I'm
Bridgeport.
sure if some of the guys are in the chat, tell us how far that is from you guys. I think people would like to know about that. Yeah, I don't know.
I do believe the next show is July 27th. That's what I got upcoming.
Oh, so you're
I
going to
got
be back there then?
July 27th upcoming.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to put too much out there, but
Yeah, if you don't have,
just
you don't have.
just know, my name's T3, and everything happens in threes for a reason.
Well,
You know
I
that?
got something for you that kind of goes into that, but I got still some more comments. Has anyone cracked their heads on top of the ceiling?
Hey, yo, I was scared for that because I was a ref for 2 matches, and I was like, I'm in here with big guys. That's all I kept preparing for. I was like, please don't hit the ceiling. Please don't hit the ceiling. No
That
suplexes.
reminds me. I'll tell you the story. When I used to play CYO basketball as a kid, I
Yeah,
used to play when I was in Brooklyn growing up, and we had a gym. This was after, for whatever reason, we had two gyms, but one of the gyms, it was like, it was such an old. It would look like if you would have saw like a 1950s like high school basketball gym or a
the
1950s
Will
grade school
Smith
gym.
gym. The Will Smith gym.
This was worse than that. But I mean, I can tell you that when we used to go and go up there, and we'd have to go walk all the way up the stairs. And then when we would go up there, it was almost like when you were practicing, it was like on top of the roof. It was like
Oh,
crazy. It was just like,
heck
and I would
no.
go up there. And then when I was in college, I had a health class, and when we would go up there, my professor, who was like an 80-something-year-old guy, he would get us up there to go and exercise. And for whatever
Right.
reason, he would take us up to all the way up, like in the top of the roof of the gym. That was just where he wanted. It wasn't like to go to the other room. It was more like to go
Hey,
and just,
yo.
that's what he did. He was just, yeah, that was his way of, getting us to crack the whip. I don't know why, but D'Angelo the Flame will love to be there. He was in Atlanta last weekend. This past weekend, he was in Massachusetts, NEW.
Right.
Saturday, he was in Alabama. This coming weekend, he's at Summer Bash. He's literally everywhere. He was in TBW a couple weeks ago. He was in really everywhere. So maybe
I
he'll
know.
go there.
I
I'm
just
going
know
to
in the
connect you to
last 6 months.
D'Angelo the Flame. I'm going to connect you. When I'm off the air, I'm
Yeah.
going to give you his Facebook because you
Okay.
probably have some mutual contacts.
Okay.
Top rope looks like a risky area. Yeah, it looked like it.
Hey, yo. I'm not. It's another video is going to drop, Jax. I'm gonna send it to you so you can see what happened. All right.
It was funny. I think Jax was waiting for you to come on. I was like, do I tell him? I don't know. Should I? And I guess it was like, well, ooh, here you go. It was because
Much
I was like,
love,
I don't know
bro.
what people were going to think tonight. But I think, honestly, I think this has really been a good conversation by
Man,
and large.
WGO know we family. I just want to know why you got shade. Well, I got shades on in the crib because
Yeah, why?
if you would have started off at the beginning of this show, you would have known that this was,
You put
the
them on.
spotlight.
Yeah, you put
You
them
know what I'm
on.
saying? I had to put the spotlight on. You feel me?
How are you alive? I want to say hello to James Taylor, of course, the owner of ROBW. He has his own show, the Nemesis Sessions. He was just on his own new page. He was spinning some music, and he's got his, I think it was a Taffy's Lounge or Laffy Taffy's Lounge or something like that. He'll correct me on it. But he's got, he's playing hip hop. He's playing low Wi-Fi beats. He's got a lot of cool stuff out there. Hello to Mr.
I need some of that.
Anthony Steele says hello, by the way.
So, what's up, Still? How you, man?
Anthony Steele, of course, he is the most controversial figure
Definitely
in
a jack
backyard
of all
wrestling.
trades, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just want to do the best I can. I've done a lot in a short amount of time in the wrestling business. All I need to do now is run my own show. LOL. Well, I'm sure he'll figure it out, right? I'm sure you and him.
Hey, DBG. You know we manifest stuff over here, man. Everything we do elevated. You know the vibes.
And he was in one of the vlogs with the Stompers. He was in one of the vlogs I recall. I remember he was in the vlog.
Hey, if you that video that's on Cheap Shots, the end of it, it's actually a promo at the end of that video.
Good morning, Taft. Is it morning where we are? Am I missing something? But
hold up. Is that the Scarlet that I think? There's one that's in England?
It's 4:00 in the morning is UK time.
Right. Is that Scarlet the wrestler that's in England?
I'll come back to the comments and we'll find out. I still got about 7 or 8 more. Kid Mike would actually like to say, all BS aside, how's it going? And he says hello. And
you know the vibes, bro. Everything is good, bro.
That's good. Listen, water under the bridge, That's all it's about. Water under the bridge.
Everybody needs to just wait till like Thanksgiving or something like that, and then maybe we can just go get a turkey, sit at the table. You see what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes all it takes is some good barbecue or some turkey or something like that.
Yeah, and I think that's really what the purpose of tonight is. At the end of the day, when you strip it all down, I say it all the time. It doesn't matter where you wrestle, where you're from, what it is. We're all on the same team. At the end of the day, we're not getting rich off the backyard and the underground wrestling or the independent wrestling circuit. We're all, at the end of the day, doing it because we're fans. We love this.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this so we can clear the air, right? Regardless of who it is, outside of this wrestling stuff, I would not wish anything upon anybody. I don't wish no hurt. You feel me? No messed up health. No, you feel me? No death. No messed up bankruptcy, money. No nothing. I want everybody to be blessed as much as I am.
That's it, man. Listen,
I'm just being honest because I'm gonna be honest with you. I was at a dark place when I was dealing with DBW. I was at a dark place already.
I even saw, recently, you posted something on Facebook, and I messaged you, and I was like, "Everything all right? Anything I can do for you?"
I be dealing with a lot of stuff on my own accord. Like,
I know I spoke to you about it off the air, and I was like,
to say like everybody's
not
a
even
good
bringing
person.
you on. I think that's really the reason, like, we're here, because I was like talking. I was like, listen, anything I could do for you, I was just like,
for real, like, not. I'm gonna
gonna
say it like this so people can understand. Because my name is Thomas Taft as a wrestler. Okay, mm-hmm. Travis is the human. That's who I am. But I deal with my own split personality disorders every day. I don't walk around with a skull named Thaddeus, and I don't have 3 more skulls up here for nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like, I literally do, because I talk to them. This is what comforts me. I sit in my lounge all day. If I having a bad day, sometimes I will go and grab Thaddeus, and me and Thaddeus will sit here and watch Rush Hour and laugh. This is legit, because I'm one of them people that when I try to be a good guy to some people, it doesn't work. So I end up taking that good energy and then I take it away. So then I ball it up. You feel me? Like, I'm being honest. Like I told you earlier, it's people in DBW locker room that I still love and care about, and I still check on.
I know we were talking about this. Listen, honestly, I love the product. I've always said DBW is a product I enjoy. I enjoy Total Domination, and I'm really looking forward to the DBW VTW stuff planned. I mean, there's a lot of great.
Hey, Mike, we can't have a barbecue if you bring in pork ribs. I need beef, yo.
And he said, you always checked up on his son's football. Yep.
Always. Come on now, bro. Regardless of what the fuck goes on with wrestling, bro. Regardless if me and you talked and had an issue or not. I'm just being honest, bro. Like, I was in a dark place.
A lot of good came out. D'Angelo Flame wants to connect with you, and Anthony Steele wants to wrestle you.
Nobody, and I'm putting this out there because K Mike is here. And this is for everybody. I don't care who it is. DBW, I don't care what company you're from. Nobody physically took the time to say, you know what? Let me call Taft on my own. You know what? Let me hit him up. Not even about DBW. Let me just see how he is. Because you know what? A lot of this stuff could have been avoided. A lot of stuff could have went a different way. But because of my mind state and where I see myself, I don't see myself physically going somewhere every month anymore, leaving my woman and my kids behind, where that's my biggest support system. I'm just being honest.
Listen, I know it's, you have a family, it's responsible.
Just being honest, like, that's my biggest support when it comes to me going to these shows and these events, other than the Stompers and Chad and the Prodigies, because that's my circle too. But when it comes to me leaving out that door, when I leave out that door now, I'm going by myself. I'm hitting these trips by myself. I'm going to Jersey by myself. Other than the Stompers and my team, but I'm going to Jersey by myself. I'm going to North Carolina by myself. I'm going to Ohio by myself. I'm doing all these trips now, PA, whatever. I'm going to all these places by myself.
You should stop by Summer Bash if you're not doing anything this weekend. I'm sure you should stop by if you were near Bremen, Ohio. I don't know where your schedule is like this weekend, but I'm sure there's guys there that would love to meet you, like LaFlame and Steele. I'm sure they, would love to meet you if that's something you want.
It's July 2nd. Just keep that in mind, okay? How many days until then? 3.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm sure a lot of guys would love to meet you.
Most def, man. Like, look, let's just say this: you never know where I would ever be at in general. Like,
I wouldn't put it past anybody, and I also want people to follow your Apex Championship Wrestling YouTube page. But before I get to some few other final things, I wanted to now finally present to you something, because we've talked a lot about a lot of different things in the past, present, and the future. But I think it's a special time to give you something, because after all, in this state, it's T3 Day on the Sportzwire radio platform. So congratulations. I have no doubt that the best is yet to come. And, whatever happened, it happened. But we move forward. And congratulations. I'll send you this when we're off the air. And I
Thank
wanted
you.
you to have this. And hopefully you'll take this as a certificate and a token of appreciation. And, I have no doubt that you're going to do a lot of great things ahead. And, you have a lot of energy. You have a higher power like energy. And, I think that it's going to only help you go and do whatever your heart
Thank you.
desires. And, whatever it is, it'll come.
I appreciate this. I appreciate the token. For real, I
Thank you.
do.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
all I and it's not even just about the fact that it's my name on a certificate or anything like that. It's the fact that I know what you've been doing before I ever came on your show in November, and I've still been watching it, and I've still been sitting here, and I've still been supporting it from the
I appreciate that.
highs to
You
the
actually do
lows.
tell me. You actually have told me, like,
Like
for months about shows I do.
from some of the interviews where I'm just like, to some of the interviews where I'm just like, okay, I'll come back in like an hour. They're still talking. Oh, okay, let me watch
I've
it.
had a bunch of those shows.
You
Yeah,
see what I'm
it's
saying?
funny.
I'm one of the people that would tell you, Tom, I actually enjoy everything that you do. From the people that might have a problem with me or a problem with the
we were
company or
always good. I mean, the Stoppers and I always speak from time. Honestly, I don't really have a problem with anybody on the platform. I think
I'm gonna be
everybody,
honest. I think
everybody's always welcome.
I'm just misunderstood. And
I
I've been
think that was
saying
a
that for a while.
But Aaron Blaze, that was a big topic on today's show. Aaron Blaze was misunderstood. James Taylor and Anthony Steele, I think, get misunderstood.
Because I can be an asshole. I know it. I'm an Aries. Brooklyn Prodigy member Behemoth will tell you our birthdays are 3 days apart, 3 years apart. We are the biggest assholes, yo. We will sit amongst each other and talk BS all day and literally come back to each other and be like, man, screw you. I'm gone. Talk to you later. Hey, bro, you all right? You trying to play the game? You trying, like, this is our vibe. This is who we are. So a lot of people have to also take the sensitivity level off too. I'm being honest. When it comes to this wrestling thing, I don't care if it's backyard, I don't care if it's underground, indie, pro, whatever. I was built to take criticism. I have a freaking music studio in my closet. If you can't take criticism, yo, you can't do nothing in this world, from wrestling, from music to acting.
We talked about this a couple of days ago on the show. We were talking about, criticism when Jack Delta was here, and I brought up the example of,
And I'm gonna tell you some real ish right here. Judgment came to me in the past and told me that. He was like, Taft, you got to be able to take criticism. I literally took that conversation and I ran with it because I was one of the people that was thinking, I'm not doing the right thing. I must not be doing what needs to be. You feel like I used to really beat myself down. Like, go out there, still get a 1, 2, 3 win, go in the back and be like, I don't think I did this match right. I don't think this was good. I don't think this, like, I would real life sit there and bash myself and then come home and everybody's like, yo, your match was good. Like, what are you doing? You're tripping. Like, okay, you could have did this, but you're overthinking, because that's how I am. You feel me? I'm not a perfectionist, but I want to be the person that if I say, hey, I'm about to go make you a burger, I want you to bite into this burger and be like, yo, this burger is banging. You get what I'm saying? I don't want you to, oh, well, I could have just went to McDonald's. You get what I'm saying?
I don't eat McDonald's, by the way. I do not eat McDonald's hamburger. I don't mind getting a soda from McDonald's, but I truly believe in, getting a cooked hamburger, a well-cooked one.
Shout out to my boy Richie for the sweet teas and the nuggets. You know the vibes.
Yeah, well, those are good things, and I'm glad you're enjoying them.
That's it, man. That's the only thing you might catch from me for real. Maybe.
Jack Delta had a joke, so he's joking when he says, because he's a big movie guy. I can't believe Tom was able to get Wesley Snipes' Blade on the show, a bigger draw than anyone on the platform. He was joking, by the way.
Hey, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're like the third person that has said that, Jack. You're like the third person that said it. I have put these shades on and I sit back and they were like Wesley Snipes, or I've had people call me the what's the dude that was on the movie Biker Boys? The Orlando dude. The actor.
Oh, Orlando Jordan? No, the other guy, I forget his name. Somebody will tell me out there. He was in a bunch of those movies for a while.
You ever watch Biker Boy movie? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The dude Orlando. He had the leather jacket with the thick little shades.
I always did like Wesley Snipes in movies. He was in Wildcats. He was in certainly New Jack City. Might have been, I think, his best role. New Jack City.
Wesley Snipes should have been in a wrestling movie.
Money Train. That was actually Jennifer Lopez, one of her first big breaks. I mean,
Yeah, definitely money.
I think a lot of people want to see her have some bigger breaks when she bends down, but that's a different conversation for a different time. But that's the real mic drop of the night, right? I told you there'd be a mic drop, but that's a
Did the
different
Reverend say that? The
I said
Reverend said
some
that.
people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't censor himself, so I guess we're good.
Well, I said it in a respectful way that some people would like to see that, but that was obviously, her first big break. He was also White Man Can't Jump, which is a great movie. Yeah, Wesley Snipes was a great actor for a while, and then
I'm
unfortunately,
just glad she didn't get eaten in Anaconda. You see what I'm saying? That's the first movie I saw and was Anaconda. I wasn't trying to get her eaten.
Yeah, well, I think Money Train came before. That was Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, it was Ice Cube.
Damn, Tom Thirsty on me. Well, I said it wasn't me. That was in general. People would want that. I actually go back on the tape, but Biker Boys was a deep cut. I actually forgot about Biker Boys.
Hey yo, go watch Biker Boys. You gotta watch Biker Boys, and you gotta watch the movie Torque. You remember Torque?
I did not see Torque. What is Torque about for the audience? I don't know.
It's like Biker Boys turned up to the max.
I did not see that. No, I did
Torque.
not.
T-O-R-Q.
Orlando Jones was the actor, by the way. Thank you to my crack staff. Who I knew who was in a bunch of those movies around that time. Orlando Jones. Yep. And Jack wanted to say also it's the shades and the mustache combo that kind of gave him the Wesley Snipes reference.
You know what's crazy? I'm 33, just starting to get all of this, y'all.
Well, some people mature later on. I don't know.
And it's kind of weird because it's been making my persona and my.
All right, you want to? All right, we got people tuned in. I'm gonna lighten the mood up here before I get to a few closes. Do you want to see something? I'm gonna show you something that if you're tuned in here, hang on tight because I'm gonna show you something. You want to talk about clean cut? You want to talk about baby faces? I'm gonna show you a real baby face when I put this on the screen. I got something for you. You're gonna chuckle. To be me from I don't know 6 years ago, just about. So hold on for the audience. This is what you should. This is why everybody tune in. You want to really lighten the mood up. I'm gonna show you something that's really, really really rare. So whatever you get it to it, I got to it here. Well, there you go. That's a baby face right there. You see that guy?
This is not the Reverend.
Nope. That was 6 years ago. That was on my birthday, actually. I went to a hockey game at the time, and I got my picture taken with the owner of the New York Islanders.
That's the owner, yeah. He's still the owner now, isn't he?
He is the owner, and I had a friend or two that actually was able to get me a connection. So I was, this was 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Now let's go back. 6 years ago, let's ask this Tom. So Tom, did you think that you would be doing what you're doing now 6 years ago? From now?
No. But I did think about doing a podcast, but not at that particular moment in October 2018. No, I didn't think I'd be here talking to you. I didn't think I'd have 24 people watching me live right now. No, I didn't think that. I mean, I would be foolish to think that.
Elevation, man.
That's the last time.
Elevates.
And that's the last time.
Elevates, yo.
Well, you definitely did, but that's the last time I'm clean shaven because about 2 months later I wound up growing this, and I did have long hair. I just put it in my baseball cap, but I wasn't.
Okay.
That was 6. That was 6 years ago.
That's crazy.
But that was funny.
I've been trying to grow. I've been trying to find a way to grow a beard. I feel like it'll make my character like.
And I knew people would laugh at. D'Angelo Flame was like, hell no. Yeah, that was 6 years ago. It's not now. People would say, that was that. And he looks like Murr and Joe from Impractical Jokers put together. Yeah, could be. Maybe that's really where I should have went. And face reveal. That was my face. I thought that would lighten the mood. So you got lucky.
Nah, for real, that's crazy.
No, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, I think
it's not a bad thing at all. He said, I hate that I see it.
But I'm not changing. This is my. I've had.
All I'm gonna say is this. The last time you feel me, you showed like a fashion statement. Somebody copied it. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to have.
I think this is what the whole show for the night was, to show this. But no, I did it on one of the shows prior. But yeah, I mean, look, that was 6 years ago, and I'm not changing anytime soon. So that's just you're stuck. So if the audience out there, you're stuck with me. You're stuck with me every night on Sportzwire Radio. You're stuck with me, and you're stuck. So
give it like 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna wake up one day and this joint just going to woof out of nowhere. I'm gonna be like, yo, Tom, what happened?
Well, I'll be here waiting for it, and I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm waiting. Every now and then I wake up, I be scratching my face. I'm like, yeah, that's just a little fake little.
Well, how do you think I feel?
Hey, yo.
I actually know it's actually at this point I can't really get rid of it because people are like I know you too much. So at
No,
this
for
point,
real.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna
Everybody,
get rid of it.
people don't even know. I cut my hair. Like, I cut my dreads. Remember my dreads was long. I had
I
long,
do
long
remember
dreads.
it. Yeah,
I
I
cut them
remember.
off because, like, it was just, it was time. Like, I go through this little phase where it's
Well,
like
Chase Springfield cut his hair too. He cut it. I think Jack Delta wrestled him right before he had cut his hair. I think Jack could probably quote me on it, but Jack Delta wrestled him in VTW right before he cut his hair. And I hear through the grapevine that there's somebody else in DBW that cut their hair, and I don't believe it's still. He's supposed to be here Saturday night. I guess we'll find out then. But that's Corey
uh-oh.
Graves I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what Chase
Oh,
Springfield
man.
said. I don't know. I
I
don't know. I
mean,
haven't seen him on
I'm
TV
gonna
since.
say this. I'm gonna say this. I did say, quote unquote, on my first show with
I
you,
remember. Yeah.
I said, Big Tex, be aware of Corey.
Well,
I said what I said, and I'm just saying.
well, there were people that did say it here. You know, Cyrus talked about it, and unfortunately, at Cyrus's expense, there were other guys that spoke about it. But you know, it's here
I
nor there.
tried to warn you. We tried to tell you.
He did.
Return the
Did.
slime.
All right, so obviously,
Thurman, no. I saw that. Don't say Thurman. I saw that,
all
Jackson.
right, so we've talked a lot. I want to get over to a couple things before we sign off. First is I always ask this people you've been here I know before in the past, but I'm going to ask you anyway since we're still halfway through the year. What are your goals for the rest of the year?
Goals for the rest of the year, continue to elevate, continue to travel, go to different places, meet different people, work with different talent. I don't care if it's me being a referee, I don't care if I'm just a manager, whatever it is, to continue to expand, because this time next year, I don't want to come back on here and say, hey, well,
I
I'm
want
just,
you back before like 7 months. It was like
yeah,
7 months that you
I
last
just,
came back. I
I'm
can't have
the,
you every 7 months. I want you more than
I
that.
want it to always be a different, not just a different level or pedestal, but we're in the summertime now, right? So if I come back in the fall, I want it to be like, okay, summer's over, it's fall. What you got planned now for the fall?
I'm actually a little depressed thinking about that. September is like, I know football are very excited, but I really am depressed at the thought that we've only got like 2.5 to 3 months more of like, light
Literally,
daylight.
like,
Yeah, I'm a little depressed about that.
I do believe that from July 27th, when we go to Ohio, that's Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots, Bridgeport, Ohio. That's the 27th. It will be Meter Stompers and DVG all there. Okay. I do know that William Renee, if you know who William Renee is, or if you heard it, he's a becoming wrestler. He's just actually won his second title in West Virginia. But him and his partners and his family are the ones that are running Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots. And I'm actually going to put it out there now because I don't know if he's watching it or not. But I'm declaring myself as the one to be in the triple threat match with William Renee and the member of the syndicate. I'm putting it out there now. Okay, so don't worry about trying to find a third person or who's going to be. No, I'm representing our squad. I'm representing the Stompers July 27th. My boys can go handle themselves as a tag team like they always do. And the Stompers will be leaving out Cheap Shots 2-0. I'm putting it out. I'm putting it out there now. July 27th.
Heard it here first on Sportswire Radio. What a small
I'm putting it out there first. I'm not even worried about, I'm not stressing it or none of that. I'm really not. And future references, any shows or anything that's open, or if somebody needs a referee and it's like in the local area, reach out. I'm open.
How far are you from Bremen, Ohio?
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they could use a referee.
I will look it up.
I'm sure I can.
We'll chit chat. We'll figure that out. And Omen, you can message me.
By the way, would you like to referee in Michigan?
Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan. ROEW.
Where in Michigan? I have actually know some people in Michigan. That's why I'm asking. I'm not saying like on some crazy stuff. Like, where in Michigan?
No. I actually, Jack would know that. Jack lives right by the ROEW arena.
Jack, message me.
I'll connect you.
Anyone that look. I don't care who you are. You in this chat, you want to message me? Message me. My DMs are open.
I would actually recommend ROEW to actually do anything with, because they're really like one of my favorite YouTube products to watch right now. I mean, leave aside anything. ROEW is like Jack Delta, Aaron Blaze, James Taylor is a household name.
Hey, Jack, when you say cheap plug, what's the expensive one?
Delta sent a follow request. So I mean, he could talk to you about that. He's their champion, by the way. He's like,
Okay.
like maybe the greatest traveling wrestler that the Backyard and the Underground.
Yeah, man.
Look, he's a legend.
I watch Jack. Trust me, Jack. It's a lot. This is the crazy thing. A lot of people look at me. They don't know who I am. If they do know me, it's because they watch DBW or they have heard about me.
Came on here. There was people that tuned into.
And I've been on here too. Even in the comments, sometimes live chat.
Yeah, you've been here. No, you've been here. You always talk to me. I have to say, you always.
You shared our posts and stuff sometimes on Facebook,
Yeah,
it's definitely a mutual interactive where people know each other some type of way, even if you don't know them.
And I think that's what we've built here. And I got a good question from Kid Mike. And before I say hello to my friend Mr. GAC, who I know very well, who's going to come on here soon. He wants to say how everyone's doing in this fine evening.
Yeah, see what it do, man.
He's a good talent, and I know he's coming to Sportswire. I actually have to admit, I have so many people coming to Sportswire at this point that I don't even know who's on first, second, and third. That's kind of why
you gonna break the record. You gonna break the record.
We're having Atomic
You
Titan
might
tonight.
break the record. Hey, Tom, from January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, if you break the record for the most podcast streams this year, YouTube owes you an award. I'm saying it now on this stream today. They owe you an award. Because you really have been running it up. I'm not going to lie. If you think about from January all the way to now, if you do, let's just say 3 a day, right?
I don't want to do 3. I can't do 3 a day. I can do one. I'm okay with. 2 is like.
You've been doing about 3 a day, Tom.
Thank you for counting.
I'm just saying, if I go on my YouTube in the morning and I see you drop something in the morning, then you come back in the afternoon. I'm like, okay, I got one for dinner too. You pretty much give me breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Sports.
I have actually heard that from people, but thank you for confirming that.
Just being honest, bro.
No, it's okay. Listen, trust me.
30 days in a month, man. Look, you do 2 a day, 30 days in a month. Yeah. That's 60. Now you do the math. 60 times 12. That's like 720. I'm just saying, my boy.
I think I have done. I think last month I did like 40 something shows. I did like 40 something in June. I did about 40 something. Yeah, I did. January. I think it was January this year. I did like 50 something, and I did I had a coach from the United States amputee women's soccer team who, if we're really gonna shoot and drop a Hiroshima, I would give every penny I have to marry. But I'm sure she would kill me for saying that. Her name is Paige.
Hey, yo.
Yep, I would marry her, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I don't think that she'll appreciate me saying that. But I'm sure somebody's
not watching this right now.
No, she's a soccer coach. She's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida right now, probably partying with 50 of her friends. She's not listening to this, but I'm sure somebody will tip her off, and then she'll be really upset. But I would say I would definitely pretty much give her every penny I have and say, would you like to be like the Linda McMahon to Vince McMahon before he went in trouble?
Yo, did he just say that?
Well,
this is the most unfiltered I've ever heard you.
Yeah, well, I don't think that I don't think she will be interested, but that's okay. I have a lot of more comments here, but first, who's your dream opponent before I come back to marrying Paige Pellegrino?
Hey, yo. My dream opponent. Okay, at first it was Leo Rush.
Good one.
That was always because he's from my area. You see what I'm
saying?
I
knew that. Yeah, I knew
that was always my first person. It didn't matter because if it was him being from my area for real, but that was just the first person that I always Leo. Because me and Leo small. I think we could actually do something. I'm not really a high flyer type person. I'm more of a striker and a technical submission type person. But I think that would be cool for him to be doing all the flippity hoppity stuff. And I'm just no, break your leg and break it down and keep you on the ground the whole time. You see what I'm saying? That's always been one of my dream opponents. As a kid, though, I always wanted to get in the ring with the Big Show for some reason.
The Big Show?
Yeah, because I like the David Goliath story.
All right.
It'll be the easiest thing to sell. Think about it. He's big as crap. I'm little as hell. I can easily just, choke slam, clothesline.
I mean, Rey Mysterio, is, probably
the most... Look how Rey did with Great Khali. He beat the Great Khali because the Great Khali slipped.
Well, Rey Mysterio beat Kevin Nash on Monday Nitro years ago.
Right. And that was clean, too. He didn't beat him dirty. He beat him clean. He really beat Kevin Nash. See, people think, even though it's storyline and stuff like that, yes. But in my eyes, as a kid, I was like, Undertaker, he's creepy. Kane, he looks like he's going to kill you. Big Show, he just looks like the big, gentle giant, even though he was evil he was supposed to be menacing. I'm like, that's not really Big Show.
Yeah, Big
So,
Show. I mean, he had a weird career because he was like, he didn't have that uniform consistent. At times, he was a really dominant big man. Other times, he was like either out of shape or just playing different roles. But it's an interesting name you bring up, though. A very interesting name. And, but I've got some more comments. That expensive one is pleading me for you to come and paying for it. I don't have my money, which, yeah, he probably doesn't, because Aaron Blaze talked about that Jack Delta makes pizzas. But that's not a bad thing. All I asked was, what kind of pizza does Jack Delta make? And Aaron Blaze had no comment on that, because I'm from New York, and, pizza's a big thing. That's what I live.
pizza is a big thing in New York. Definitely pizza.
It was the only, I looked forward to when I was a kid every Friday when my father had enough money, he would, if we were lucky, we would order pizza every Friday night because my mother would cook or try to cook throughout the week. A lot of times it wasn't every night that we cooked, but I would get pizza. And, growing up in Brooklyn,
my dad would only give us pizza probably like on Monday because it was like Papa John's and it was always.
I never had Papa John's, so I wouldn't know.
It was like right after, like, you know how like they used to give you the little promos when they're watching the Redskins get a certain amount of touchdown. I'm like, yo, are we really hoping that the Redskins score a certain amount so we can get pizza?
Yeah, I mean, there was, we had a thing called the marketeer where you get that in the circuits. But yeah, that's what he's referring to. Yes, I have done, and I'm on throughout the week. I'm here tomorrow with the Tennessee Backyard guys going in the Hall of Fame. I'm with Summer Bash. I think you're here, D'Angelo, Thursday. Friday, I'm here with Atomic Titan, now officially confirmed. I'm here Saturday, I believe, with Corey Graves. I believe I'm here with Summer Bash coverage at the same time. Sunday, I'm here with Napalm of North Dakota's legendary Backyard Wrestling. I could keep going. And yeah, a couple of people have said it, but like, do you people like want me to like not have a bathroom break? Do I get a bathroom break? Do I get a break?
All you gotta do is you make a little. We'll be back after this break.
I'll tell you what, when I get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, stay tuned. I'll tell you what. I get to 1,000.
Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying?
I'm almost 1,000.
Have your little music in the background.
I actually agree with CJ Black on this one, although he quoted my comment on Instagram today, which I think partially got out of context because I said that Jack Delta's championship run, some would say that Jacob Collins could have still been the champion if it wasn't for Jason Storm, stripping him of the title, but that's what I didn't personally say that, as a matter of fact. I actually didn't have a dog in the race, but I do agree with CJ Black. I don't think I want to do more than once a day, but the people want me to be here once a day. So maybe he should take over the show. He could host. He's doing the good guy gossip.
Well, I mean, technically the paperwork names, you got T3 Tuesdays now. So, I mean, you feel me? You can always just...
You'll be here more. You can take over the show.
Yeah, I'll take over. You can go make you a sandwich. You can go make a sandwich. You can go,
I don't know about that. But I'm gonna give the keys to you, and yeah, she's not gonna go out with me. I can promise you that much. I can guarantee you that. But
if she see this stream and you get like 1,000 subscribed, she might. You never know.
No, because she'll probably be like, "How dare you say that?" She'll probably say, "I could say do one of those. How dare you have said that on the air?" I'm telling you, she's a soccer coach. She's gonna be like, "What did he just say?" And I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I said it on the show." Anyway, W pick, winning pick. Lilo Rush is the only person that retires more than me. Well, Flair retired and unretired though more than Lilo Rush.
I'm just saying, my man did retire like 3 times in 1 year.
True,
he definitely did.
Big Show would throw you into the third row.
That's my point, yo. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. If a person like me and Big Show was in the ring, why not? If you saw what Behemoth did to me at DBW's Thunder Punch, why not? That sells, yo. That's what makes
it's a curiosity factor. I got you.
Yeah, like the crowd loves that.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's a curiosity factor. My crush moment of Khali versus Ray traumatized every kid back then. Yeah,
definitely did. That man had the dark blood. It's like
Great Khali. I hate to do this, but does Great Khali qualify as one of the worst all-time WWE champions? Does he qualify in that list?
No.
Does he qualify? Because he was probably one of the more forgettable champions.
I'm just going to be honest. The only reason why I didn't like the Great Khali's title reign was because he shouldn't have won the World Heavyweight title. I feel like he should have won the WWE title.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Just like how they do, Just like how they kind of did Umaga when Umaga fought John Cena, and I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like if Umaga would have fought for the world heavyweight title, they would have put it on him. I
No,
just
I
feel
just
like
think, yeah, it's a good point.
it's like the belt. It's like the belt. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, John Cena had the spinner belt. You're not gonna put that on Umaga.
No.
But if it was Umaga versus Undertaker at that time, or maybe CM Punk or Jeff Hardy at that time for the world heavyweight, I can see Umaga being world heavy. You get what I'm saying? It was like,
Yeah, that's a fair,
if they
fair,
would have
fair
just
statement.
switched them, if they would have just switched them that 1 year, you feel me? You never know.
Good point. Good point. When you go and take a break, put on Loose Cannon's rap video on loop. I don't know if I should show this to you. I mean, if people, all right, before we end the show, there's a guy that was a wrestler. His name is Loose. Well, he was a wrestler. He faked getting out of a match because he faked cancer to get out of a match. He said his mom was dying and to get out of a match.
Hey, yo.
I could put this video on. I'm going to tell you what. If the audience wants me to play this video again, I'll play it. If not, then I won't play it. But
if we get
that's
if
not
we
happening.
get
I'm not
five,
going out with her.
if we get 5 yeses in the comments, we can play the video. If not, then I will go watch it on my own accord and give you a review.
Tom's about to get a certificate himself, but it'll be called the restraining order. Yeah, she'll get the restraining order. Yeah, she'll give me the restraining order. Good point. Thank you, DG Colt. No, DG Colt, he's one of our friends on the show. He's very much a big supporter. He's here every show. No, DG Colt's good. All right, I got one yes so far. So, all right. So, if you want me to play this Loose Cannon rap video, let me know in the chat. There's still a bunch of us here. I'll play it. You can get your thoughts on it from the audience, and you're obviously a musician yourself. We'll play the video. If you want it, I'll play it. If I don't get enough yeses, we'll get you closing thoughts and move on for the evening.
If we don't get no yeses, that's perfectly fine.
I got one yes. I got 2 yes. I got 2 yeses. I need a couple more though. I got 2. Scarlett, you gave me 3, but I need a couple more from other people. If you want to see this video, you want me to play the Loose Cannon rap single, the 508 from Worcester. He really does the woo, by the way. I know, Scarlett, you gave me 5, but I got 2 people. I need to see. Yeah, DVG said it doesn't count. Jack Delta says yes. I got 3. Does DVG want to see this rap video? I need 2 more. Give me 2 more yeses in the chat.
Y'all got 30 seconds. This timer says 2 hours and 4 minutes. I have until this thing says 2 hours and 5 minutes. 25 seconds. 24 seconds. I mean,
I'll give people a few seconds. I'm D'Angelo the Flames 4. I need 1 more yes. You give me 1 more yes, and I'll play this video. If not, it's obviously, it was a lot of fun, and we'll get to closing thoughts. And he's a busy man. We'll definitely bring him back. I can assure you. But I can go from there. 1 more. I got 5. DVG decided he wants to hear. All right. So you know what?
He waited till he saw that clock timer.
You're obviously, we've talked a lot tonight, and DG Colt gave us 6. He put us over the finish. I knew my friend DG Colt would definitely put us over the finish line. So that's why I knew he wasn't going to get me a certificate of a restraining order. She might give me one, but all right, let me put the video up. I'm going to have it here right now. Hold on tight. Here's this video. Okay, so we're going to get it here. Hang on. Okay, here we go.
508, Loose Cannon coming at you. Let's get it. Let's go. 508. Yo, I grew up in Worcester all my life. Seen many good things and bad things happen in the city. The city's been through a lot. I've had a lot going on in my life. I've had a lot of people bullying me all my life. I had a girl by my side for all my life. Past 30 years, I'm glad she's my life in the 508. 508's my life in different sports venues. DCU Center too. Finally, the biggest thing came to Worcester to make this place 508 good, strong. Worcester Woo Sox. When I'm there, the crowd goes wild. They scream, they yell, they crowd. What they strike
that
out.
Is
Nobody strikes out in 508. 508 knows.
We do got a rule.
Woo Sox. Woo Sox. Woo Sox is the greatest team of all time. Park has been an additional to the city. Business is booming. All the city of Worcester is booming because of the Polo Park. Blue Sox came to town and broke blocks. I've seen a lot of
Yeah. You gotta do it again.
everything.
Blue Sox.
Anniversaries, proposals. Polo Park is the best.
Yo.
508 for life. My 508, ride or die. I love the 508. Woo Sox. Woo Sox. Woo Sox. Woo Sox, the greatest of all time.
I don't know if I should be mad
Loose cannon,
because he's saying Woo Sox
508.
or
Polo Park,
like
Worcester, 508.
you got grandma out there.
508. 508. Ride to die.
We're mixing us some.
How many
with this
views
too.
does he
Come on
have
now.
on YouTube?
400 almost. I probably am a lot of them.
Yeah. We're from the 508, home of the Sox. I'm from the hood, I'm toting the block. Me and my crew, we pull up on the block. The 508 can be dangerous, the city can be treacherous. All my people really reckless. We chasing for the necklace, yeah. Youth bombs really teach us. We running from
It's almost
12, they
over. I gotta
really
play
chase
the
us.
last minute.
My people caught a body, they laying lifeless. We in the 508, heart of the mass.
At least he's on beat. He's on beat.
I'm the one that's swimming with sharks. Y'all are dogs, all y'all is loud box. We are the home of the Blue Sox and the Whales too. Can't forget the Pirates, they want a chip too. This is a 508, the hood don't play. Don't disrespect, we leave you where you lay. I'm trying to put the 508 on the map. Shout out Jonah, you're the god of the woo. People can't play for the fool. Leave a body shot with the
People
two.
play for the
Pull
food.
up on someone, make it go boom. 508, 508, 508. 508, 508, 508. 508, 508, 508. 508, 508, 508.
All you people that said yes in the chat,
Get it.
I am very mad at you.
Loose cannon. That's how we do with the 508. We ride till you die. Till we die. We out.
Yeah, peace out, yo.
Peace out, y'all.
508.
He's out.
Represent, die. Don't ever listen to the haters, man. If you can dream it, you can be it. Remember that.
Always try to
If you can dream it, you
Don't
can be
listen to
that.
anybody.
Remember
Do what you
that.
wanna do. Strive for excellence. We
Time
out.
for excellence. We out.
All I'm gonna say is this: we're gonna have to have a
372.
Sportswire radio versus in the future.
Well, it's funny you said that because people have actually wanted me to drop bars. I don't know if we're gonna go that route, but
Hey,
as
yo.
obviously somebody that raps, I mean, what did you think? What was it an all-time great song? Does it rank up there with the Notorious B.I.G.? Does it rank up with Dr. Dre or what? Tupac?
This is a review. Like, yo, I'm not going to disrespect it. Thank you guys for the 6 people that said check out the song.
To be fair, Kid Mike said he wanted to take his vote back if he had a chance.
Yo, what the was that? I'm not gonna lie to you. Dude in the red tried to be on beat, but he started saying some weird stuff.
Well, to the guy in
first
the red,
guy-
one of the comments was to the guy in the red hoodie, you should consider asking your physician if you're on the spectrum, my friend. Yo, no offense, my brother, but perhaps delve into a different hobby, such as hiking, biking, arts and crafts,
My
perhaps
boy.
working out. I don't know, man, but I'm afraid rap is not your forte. This caused my CTE to flare up, and now I have 42 minutes and 33 seconds left
My
to
boy,
live.
my boy said his vows and proposed to his woman in the song. If you pay attention, if you listen to the beginning line before he got down on his knee, he read his vows and proposed to her in that song. And at the end, he said, "Who socks?"
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. I'm not getting on my knee. Kid Mike, You have a family. You have a wife at home. Did you get on your knees? Did you get on your knees and say, "Go O's"? Did we do that? Did I get down on my knee and say, "Go Nats"? My man said, "Woo Sox." Ain't the Woo Sox the goddamn AA team?
Yeah, it is.
He didn't even say Red Sox.
He works for the Red Sox now, apparently. So that's the iron thing. Well, he was a wrestler that he wrestled in the IMF, quote unquote, but he was supposed to wrestle Anthony Steele, but said he had cancer to get out of the match, but he didn't have cancer. And then he said,
"That's the guy." Okay, okay, never mind. Okay, okay. Okay.
That's why people by the way, a credit to Jake Dvorak, who actually lives in Worcester, who actually sent me the video. So he's the culprit. So blame it all on him. No, actually, he's told me to play the video. So, that's what he wanted me to play it. So I think tonight what I learned that we're all united now because we watched the Loose Cannon video. So it doesn't even matter anymore, like who's going to wrestle where, who's going what, because they saw the Loose Cannon video, and that's really what unified.
Everybody just know this.
The wrestling community has now been unified because
all wrestling matters.
No, not anymore.
Mr. T3, yeah, it still matters. All wrestling still matters. All wrestling still matters. We're just gonna tweak it a little bit, okay? All wrestling still matters. As long as, and I'm saying this, I don't care about Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, but on T3 Tuesdays, we will keep the peace. We will have good energy, good vibes from here on out. If anyone this is my closing thoughts now. I'm not even giving Tom the line. And I'm not giving Tom the line to say it. I'm going to do it now. Okay. Tom already knows the vibes. Everything's elevated. We're moving for greatness. I expect like a full report from like everyone, not even just me. Everyone, like the next time I come on here, I want everybody that was on this show to come back and be like, "Yo, what have you been doing, Taft?" And we saw that. I want everybody to start tuning in. I want everybody to start like sharing everything. I don't care if you don't like somebody. I don't care if you don't like a company. Start sharing stuff because you never know who's watching you. You see what I'm saying? The same way I just came on here and I just told everybody on here, from D'Angelo to Jack, none of these guys know me from Adam and Eve, but guess what? They're going to know me after today, just like I've been watching these guys on Sportzwire and on their wrestling platforms. It's a lot of good people on this platform. Tom is doing a lot for us. Regardless if some people take it as bad, regardless some people take it as hate, some people take it as clout chasing, whatever. Guess what? Some people using this platform every day because they don't have nobody to talk to. Some people using this platform because nobody's giving them the opportunity to express themselves on a daily. So before we get on this platform and try to trash everybody from now on, let's start uplifting people first. And I'll be the first person. Let's start uplifting people.
I would say as a joke, I mean, I could maybe do the Loose Cannon thing to Paige Palazzolo. Maybe that would be good. It'd be funny if I was like.
You can do a parody. We can do a parody.
I could do Funny or Die.
Parodies are better than the actual songs. Like when people go and like Drake makes a song and then somebody takes the Drake song and make it their own shit. We can do that right now.
That goes back in hip hop for 30 plus years. I mean, that goes back,
I'm just saying, he made a song called Woo Socks. I can go make a song right now at Walmart called New Socks. It'll be better than his song. I'm walking through Walmart. I got me some new socks.
I tell you what, I think the wrestling community has been all unified in terms of watching the Loose Cannon video. It was nothing to do with DBW, Summer Bash, T3, anybody else. It was the Loose Cannon rap video. That's all you need. Just show Loose Cannon rap videos every time, and that'll just get everybody out there. I have so many comments.
I got somebody for you. I'm going to send it to you on my private. You think the Loose Cannon is somebody? I got somebody for you.
Send it to me. We'll play it. I'll play it.
My man says he likes to smear ketchup in the bed.
I will tell you this much. I do have a video up my sleeve of somebody that's very well known in the backyard wrestling community. I can't tip my hat yet because I promised the person that gave me the video that I won't play it yet. But it's a big no. It's a really big name. They have a rap video. It's like they are really, really big name. But it's like apparently it's like on the level of Loose Cannon. I can't say who it is yet because I don't want to play it yet.
Okay, we're gonna wait.
I'll tell you off the air. I'll tell you who it is off the air.
Okay.
Let me get to comments before we sign off. Okay. So Kid Mike wanted this off. Jack
Yes.
Delta said, "What the F is this?"
Yes.
D'Angelo Flame aggressively shaked his head.
If you shake your head too hard, your dread's gonna fall out.
K. Woo socks with the fire. I take my vote back. Yeah, Tupac is rolling in his grave. If he found out,
Literally. And then you heard the line, D'Angelo? He said Tupac's name in the song, yo. I thought I was like, I had to listen again. I was like, yo, he said Tupac like 3
yeah,
seconds.
I learned something new every time I play it on the show. No effing way. Biggie Woo. This is my new entrance video. Well, you just changed your music though. You just changed your entrance video. Okay,
Yeah, I'm about to
fine.
say he just did at the last show that he just did.
Yeah. Real greatest of all time shit. This sounds like he was doing ad libs and just didn't stop. Like going to a bar and doing karaoke. MF in 508. Worst feature I've ever seen. Get this man out the kitchen. This is what you call real bars in 508, 508, 508, 508, 508. Woo socks. Only he's again. I quote that. DG's got it all right. Welcome to Sportswire. If we have to suffer, so do you. I told you, everybody. The audience is stuck with me. They suffer with me, and that's
yo.
Xavier Thorne. We played his video yesterday. Maybe when you come back next month, we'll play that one. That one's it's cringeworthy, and I don't want to play it right now. Eminem's been real quiet since this dropped. Yeah, he's no Houdini from him coming out with this. This was the song that made Miles retire. Kid Mike's a Red Sox fan, but hell no. This is the official theme for Summer Bash. I suggested it. I suggested it, but the people now this is where the politics will really come into hand. The guys that run Summer Bash will not want that, but I think it should be. All Woo Sox matters. There you go. All Woo Sox matters.
Kendrick what is a Woo Sock? Look, what is a Woo Sock?
I don't know. I don't know the question. Oh, hello to Olivier Laurent, the legendary Olivier Laurent. Hello to everybody. Olivier Laurent, where have you been? He is one of the all-time basketball. If it's the same Olivier Laurent, he is the legendary basketball player for the formerly St. Joseph's Longo. If it's the same one I'm thinking of here, like somebody can quote me on that. But how you doing there? And Joshua Allen, the owner of Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, who's here tomorrow night in your chair to be inducted into the Hall of Fame as the company as a whole, said not that again. Yeah, so
not that.
I warned you. Man. I warned you about it, Mister. I did warn you, Mr. T3, about it. I warned you.
It's all good. It's all good. Sometimes you feel me. Like the little TV shows where they be like, "Do you want the prize box or you want door number 1?" I chose door number 1 like an idiot.
Yeah, well, this one, honestly was the.
I let the chat pick for me. I should have just been like, "Let's go to bed, guys. Come on now."
This chat would have. Well, this chat's used to being here with Jack Delta. Before we go, he was here with us at 2:30 in the morning. We were still going. There are people that we had 20 people live at like 2:00 in the morning a couple of days ago. Even today with Aaron Blaze, we had at like 2:00 in the afternoon, like 16 or 17 people. Scorpion the Assassin was here. He was having fun with it. Everybody was like, people they just like coming here, and that's what it is. People are just having a good time, and that's the gist of it.
There's times where I'll get on and I'll just see you randomly on. I'm like, yo, it's like 7:30 at night. Okay.
I know. People are like, Joshua Allen's the first person that was like, you should do a 24-hour stream. Now it trickles every now and then. I think Omen said it. I think Steele has mentioned it.
You know what? That
Mike mentioned it. Jackson Snow mentioned it.
You shouldn't
Van Hansen mentioned it too. A lot of people
I wouldn't do a 24. This is what I would suggest. Okay. If you used to do something like that, maybe on like a New Year's Eve. Have like a new, bring in the New Year type thing.
I'll tell you what. I know I'm gonna get to 1,000. We'll do something special. We'll get as many people to come and say hi. We'll have it. I'll tell you what. When I get to 1,000, if you haven't yet subbed, hit the sub button for us. If you're Scarlet out there, I'm at Sportswire Radio 65.7. But when I get to 1,000 subs, probably in a few months, we'll have a show and we'll let people just have fun and people will come on here. I don't know if I'll do 12 hours, but we'll do a stream.
You ain't gotta do 12. You can do a solid 6 hours. You can do.
I'll tell you what. When I hit 1,000 subs, anybody's welcome. We'll invite. Doesn't even have to be about promo. I'll just send the link out to as many people. You want to say hi? We'll do that. And Atomic Titan wasn't the first one. He said it. I think we're pretty much done. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for all that you've done for us. One more time before we sign off, if you want to follow Mr. T3, check him out on Instagram. He's got a lot of great stuff coming up here in the future. And
got a lot of stuff coming up this summer and after the summer, man, into the fall. I'm trying to be back. Let's say let's say this is July. I'm trying to be back 3 months. About 3
Okay,
months.
so we'll see you in 3 months. I mean, that'll be great. By that time, I should have 1,000 subscribers. So you come back in October. Great. I mean, by that point, I think it'll be good to talk with you. A lot to catch up on, and it was a lot of fun. And I think people had a good time. And check him out on Instagram. I'll connect you to D'Angelo and a few others off the air. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
And,
man. Anybody that wants to reach out and talk, I don't care what it is. Let's just talk, y'all.
that's
Let's just make
Instagram.
business.
I
Let's
put
network.
I put the Instagram
Network.
right
Let's do whatever.
I
Like,
got it. That's the Instagram. You want to talk with him, you want to invite him somewhere, and he'll talk with you. And congratulations on all the success. I'm looking forward to seeing you out there over the next few months, and keep up the good work. And thank you as always for all that you do. And we'll see you here then in 3 months. You've already booked your own appearance, so I'll see you in October. And looking forward to it, my friend. And can't wait. And the best is yet to come.
Thank you, Sportswire Radio, World Universe fans. Thank everybody that tuned in. All I'm gonna say is keep elevating everybody. You feel me? We don't never want to stay stagnant. Everybody need to go up. We try and go through that ceiling, y'all. We trying to knock down these doors, y'all. I'm being honest, and that's for everybody. Because at the end of the day, I'm being honest. My next time in the ring, I'm wrestling. But after that, I'm a zebra again. I'm just being honest, like. You feel me? Like, and it's a snowball effect. Like, y'all might anybody that's watching this live right now, D'Angelo, because I've been watching your grind, right? Anybody watching this live, Delta, anybody, before I get off. If you ever feel like you're losing the fun or the love or the passion for this, and I'm not saying just the wrestling in the ring part. Go find something else in the wrestling field that you can put that energy into. Because for a minute, I wanted to quit wrestling. But you know what? My homeboy was like, bro, don't quit wrestling. Just go do something else. Don't you referee? And I was like, you know what? You're right. Let me go referee. And just being a ref for 2 shows brought that energy back in me to go train some more, start working out some more, start doing a whole different regimen and diet. Like, honestly, Tom, I didn't get Richie will tell you. If you go ask Richie, I didn't gain like 10, 15 pounds since the last time people have really seen me. I didn't got big as shit. Like, for real. Yeah. I didn't cut up. I didn't lift the weights because it's like different things to do now. I'm starting to be more, not just more happy, but it's the energy I'm starting to
get. Good. You got that energy, you got that higher power, and you've elevated, and I'm happy about what you're doing. And thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you out there soon. And you always see I'm here on YouTube every day, but it's good to see you back. And obviously, shout outs to the Stompers and the Prodigies. I hope to see them here on the show soon. But congratulations on the success. And one more time, it's T3 Day on all Sportswire Radio platforms. This is Mr. T3. You're going to see him coming up here on July 27th. You're going to see him in the ring. You're going to see him doing some referee work afterwards. And you never know where you may see him. And that's his story. He's sticking to it. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, where all wrestling matters. If you're here with us right now, I'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, to induct Tennessee Backyard Wrestling into the Hall of Fame. And if you're on YouTube, hit the sub button for us at Sportswire Radio 6579. Also, we're on now TikTok at Sportswire Radio, Twitch at Sportswire Radio. So if you haven't yet, go out there and follow us. Also, the Promo Wrestling Federation YouTube page, hit the sub button for us. We're over there as well. So thank you, everybody, so much for your time. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one global radio station that is Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters. Elevate, everybody. We'll see everybody.